Finally tonight, there's an opening on the Supreme Court, and the confirmation process has certainly changed over the years. Antonin Scalia was confirmed 98-0. Ruth Bader Ginsburg 96-3. Anthony Kennedy 97-0. Stephen Breyer 87-9. Even John Roberts was confirmed 78-22. But that's when things began to change because of who was in the group voting no. Joe Biden voted no, and Barack Obama voted no, and so did Hillary Clinton and Dick Durbin and Chuck Schumer and John Kerry. The last four Democrat nominees for president voted no. John Roberts was unanimously rated well qualified by the American Bar Association. Not a single dissenting vote. But that wasn't enough for these four future Democrat nominees for president. They opposed John Roberts because it was politically expedient to do so. Being fair was hardly a match for their political ambition. Here we go again with Biden's first opening on the high court. He says he wants a Supreme Court that looks like America. If that's true, it's a brand new position for him. In 1991, Joe Biden was in the Senate when Thurgood Marshall retired from the Supreme Court, and Clarence Thomas was nominated to fill the vacancy. Clarence Thomas is black. He would have replaced the only black Supreme Court justice in a country where 13% of the population was black. But Joe Biden voted no. If Biden had his way, the Supreme Court would have been all white. And that doesn't look like America. Joe Biden now says he wants a black female on the high court, but he opposed a black female in 2005. Even worse, he used that old Jim Crow relic called a filibuster to try and keep Judge Janice Rogers Brown off the D.C. Court of Appeals. And Biden made it clear he would use the filibuster again if she were ever nominated for the Supreme Court. In fact, Biden quoted Senator Robert Byrd while he was opposing a black woman for the highest echelons of our judiciary. Ain't that some irony? Quoting a former Klansman while you oppose a black nominee. That doesn't look like America. And then there's Miguel Estrada. In 2001, Estrada, who was Hispanic, was nominated for the D.C. Court of Appeals. He was found well qualified by the American Bar Association, but Biden and other Senate Democrats blocked him. In 2001, 13% of the country was Hispanic, and exactly 0 members of the Supreme Court were. Biden and the Democrats did not just keep a Hispanic man off the second highest court in the country, they kept him off the bench because he was Hispanic. And this from the crowd who now claims they want the judiciary to look like America. President Biden may want the court to look like America, but Senator Biden most assuredly did not. I can't think of anything that looks more like America than being a mother while you also excel in your profession. Mothers have been balancing work and home since the dawn of time. If you really want something to look like America, every single one of us was brought into the world by a mother. So what could possibly look more like America than putting a mother on the high court, especially one rated well qualified by the American Bar Association? Sandra Day O'Connor and Ruth Bader Ginsburg were both mothers, but neither was on the bench in 2020 when Amy Coney Barrett was nominated. You claim you want the court to look like America? There are 85 million mothers in this country and not a single one on the Supreme Court at that time. So why did every single Senate Democrat oppose putting what would have been the only mother on the Supreme Court? Joe Biden had a chance to make the court look like America, but he refused. He opposed a black man, a black woman, a Hispanic man, and a mother. And all were qualified. All would have made the court more diverse, but Biden said no. And now Joe Biden has promised to make the next Supreme Court justice a black female. Americans, including a majority of Democrats, believe Biden should consider all nominees. So why not look for the most qualified candidates, period, Mr. President? I am fully convinced some of the names on that list would be black women. I can think of several right now. One would be Michelle Childs from South Carolina. She can compete no matter the pool of applicants. The people who know her and work with her and appear before her are universal in their praise for her character and her intelligence and her work ethic and demeanor. She was elected to a state court judgeship in South Carolina, a state hardly known for quotas or affirmative action. She was elected out of all the candidates because she was the most qualified, not because she was a black woman. She was elected by a Republican-dominated legislature, another entity not known for its embrace of quotas or affirmative action or set-asides. She was later confirmed by a voice vote by the U.S. Senate for a federal judgeship. Not one single senator opposed her. Among those supporting her included former Senator Jim DeMint, who some consider to be the grandfather of the Tea Party movement. I don't think it was quotas or a belief in affirmative action that motivated Senator DeMint to support Judge Michelle Childs. She was nominated and confirmed because she was supremely qualified. And this has been borne out by her time on the federal bench. There's a difference between picking someone who is supremely qualified and happens to be black and picking someone because she is black. All Biden had to do was say he was going to find the most qualified person for the job, period. That list would have undoubtedly included black women, and he could have picked one of those black women, but he didn't do that. He wanted to make a political point. He wanted to help himself, and in the process, he sent the wrong message. Black women do not need to compete merely among themselves for one to prevail. They can and should and do prevail no matter the competition, and I have seen it countless times. You should look for it yourself. Joe Biden now claims he wants a court that looks like America, despite the fact that he whiffed when he could have done that in the past. And in the process, he has refused to do the one thing that looks the very most like America. Pick the most qualified person. I have every confidence that would have been a black woman. I wish you did too, Mr. President.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.